And welcome back, guys, to the Spacey Tropics Review channel, where we try to review just a little bit of everything. Now, remember when I said in my JBL Clip 3 video that I have something coming that night to go up against it? Well, this is it, the Bose SoundLink Micro. As this speaker has been out for a while now, since 2017 to be exact, I think 2017, I feel the term better late than never applies to this situation because better late than never, right? We're going to go over some of the specs. We're going to go over the sound test because I know that's important for everybody. And then we're going to go over the overall verdict about what I think for this speaker. So without further ado, let's get into the review. So, the Bose SoundLink Micro, is this the king of small portable Bluetooth speakers? Let's find out. Let's run into the specs real quick. So, battery life. Let's start off right there. That's a sore subject. So, I've seen a couple of videos about this already and some reviews and etc. And it seems battery life seems to be a sore subject for quite a bit of people. Now, the battery life on this is a total of 6 hours, and that's 6 hours with a playback of it being at 50% volume. Now, you can expect it to be a little bit less if you raise the volume up to about 75-80%, more along the lines of 5, maybe 4.5 hours playback time. With the higher volumes, maybe a little bit less, because this thing does kick very good sound. More into that into a bit. So the reason why I say this is a sore subject, because a lot of people are, obviously comparing it to other small portable Bluetooth speakers around the same size as this. And they're saying that how this has 6 hours, the other speaker has maybe 8, even 10 hours, and so on and so forth. And to them, all I have to say is this: you get a 6-hour runtime out of that small portable speaker anyways, because you have to blast it at 75 to 80% when you're outside, I said it 3 times because I know somebody in the comments is going to say, oh, But anyways, you have to blast it at about 75 to 80% when you're outside for the other small speakers, and it just reduces the battery life down to 6 hours anyways. I mean, if you play this at 50-60%, even if you don't get the full 6 hours, you're still going to get a decent amount of time that other competition gives you on its own. I mean, okay, great. Something like the JBL Clip comes with 10-hour battery life, right? Play that at a high volume, and you're not getting that. You're not out of a 8 to 10 hours, not out of a 1,000 milliamp hour battery. Okay, you're not you're not gonna get that. So yeah, a 6-hour playback with it potentially dropping to 5 to even 4.5 hours may not seem ideal at the moment. But guess what? The sound makes up for it all the more better. It just, I can't wait for y'all to hear this. That's how impressed I am with this little guy. And if that's not enough to quench your thirst in terms of the battery life perspective of things, right? If that's not enough, the sound, yeah, but still shit battery life, guess what? Okay, you have a good enough charger. I've used a portable power bank to charge this. I've used a regular wall adapter with a 2.4 amp output and charge this thing up. And to be quite honest with you, after like 30 minutes of a charge, I get back to about 30-40% battery. Use a good enough charger, this thing will charge up quick. You use a crap charger like tiny old little brick chargers that Apple used to give with the older gen iPhones, so that 1 amp, 5 volt, whatever it is. You use that to charge this. Obviously, you're going to see charge times of anywhere from 2.5 hours to maybe even 3 hours before from 0 to full charge. The battery life, in my perspective, is not a con whatsoever. I expected low battery life from a small speaker, and that's exactly what I'm getting. Speaking of battery life, the way it charges micro USB, back in 2017 when this thing dropped, or 2018, whenever it was, I have a strong feeling that Type-C was there. So you should have included Type-C, Bose. You should have included Type-C. Now, I get it. At the time, Type-C was, the dawn of a new era. It was, to be shunned on, to be this, to be that, because, nobody liked change. Well, now today we're in a Type-C world, or a little bit more of a Type-C world, and to be quite honest with you, I walk with my iPad everywhere. My iPad does charge out. I would have loved if this had Type-C so I can charge out. and not have to take my dongle with me. Just a Type-C to a Type-C, boom, we're done. It's charging. I'm good to go. I'm clean. But so be it. I think, to be quite honest with you, the micro USB possibly has to be my only con of this entire speaker package. It really has to be my only con. That and maybe the call quality. I feel that I wasn't, in range of the mic properly, because I did try to test this in a call. I had the speaker right here, and I was standing up right here fidgeting with the tables and whatnot, but I wasn't facing the speaker at all. I think maybe you need to face the speaker in order for the person to hear you, because the person that I was talking to said I either sounded muffled or they couldn't hear me at all until I turned around, started speaking to the speaker directly because the microphone is up here, and they heard me a lot better. So face the speaker when you're talking to it. If you're on a hike, biking, whatever, make sure it's on your bike so the microphone is facing you. Or if you're strapping it to your backpack and you do like to make calls, strap it to your backpack like this so the microphone is near your mouth. This speaker has a IPX rating, or IP rating, whatever you want to call it, of IPX7, dust and water resistant. Water resistant 2 meters for 30 minutes. That's the IPX7 weight. That's how it's been for a while, which is pretty cool. Salt water. I haven't really tested it near salt water, so I can't tell you. I can't be the judge of that, but you could possibly just take this to the beach, keep it near the sand, and you'll be good. It should be good in any type of pool, or I don't use speakers in the shower because I don't like to, but I've been using this thing in the shower so much because it sounds so good for its size, and it just hooks up right on the little hook thing that I have in my shower. I'm not gonna show you my shower. I'm just not. Anyways, one thing I do want to mention is that although Bose has not mentioned a specific drop rating, drop test, drop something for this speaker, you can drop this, let's say on accident, and the speaker will be just fine. Bose does mention it on their website that, okay, accidents happen. If it drops, it drops. So be it, right? You can still pick it up. It'll still work fine. I personally myself have not drop tested this, but I'm going to go with Bose's claim, and just in case if I do happen to, drop it. I know that wasn't a drop. I'm just saying. Just in case I have to, drop it, I know that it's okay. My personal belief is that the rubber silicone around the speaker all over the place is what helps absorb some of the shock when it drops. That's how the speaker is able to withstand possibly a few drops, maybe 5-foot drops, maybe not more than that. Don't put it higher than that, but oh well. So let's go to a top-down view and let's talk about the speaker like that and go over a little bit more stuff. Going over the speaker itself, we'll go over the buttons first. Starting off with the buttons on the top, we have the on-off button, which, if double pressed, will give you some voice prompts as well of what device the speaker is connected to. And something to note is that you can hook it up to 2 devices at the same time. And it also tells you the battery life left on the speaker, as well as you have a 5 LED indicator to tell you about your battery life as well. 5 indicators with the, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100%. You can figure it out from there. Next to that is the LED that stays on while the device is in use, and next to that is the Bluetooth button for pairing. Going to the front of the speaker, we'll start off with the middle multi-function button. Press once to play or pause music, 2 times to go to the next track, 3 times to go back a track, and finally press and hold to activate any of your voice assistants. I wish, however, this middle button was raised a little more than what it is now. It's kind of just 3 tiny little dots, but so be it. That's just kind of nitpicking on my end. I mean, I could still feel it compared to the volume up and volume down button, which is not raised. It's just to the right is volume up and to the left is volume down. This middle button it works fine. It works fine. It's a little squishy, to be quite honest, but it's nothing you can't get over. One thing to mention is that if you get a second one of this speaker, you can use them together with the Bose Connect app, and you can use it in a stereo party mode kind of feature, or you can use them as a separate left and right channel to get some pretty awesome sound. I, for one, don't generally use the Bose Connect app. I don't use company apps in general. I mean, I do have my NCH 700s, and I barely use the app for that. I just need to know that they're on, it's paired to my phone, noise canceling is on, and I'm good to go. Music's playing. Don't really need the app for that. But you can use in this case, not the Bose Music app, but the Bose Connect app to pair two of these bad boys together. And to be quite honest with you, if I had a second micro, I definitely would pair the two together all the time, because I'm sure the sound that they would produce together would be quite something. All right, now let's talk about another sore subject for a lot of people, the price of this thing. The price of this thing is $100, okay? It ain't cheap by any means of the word. Now I know $100 is a price that some people are not gonna like. They're gonna be like, why? Why did the Bose do this? It's a small speaker. I can get the Clip 3 for $60. If it's on sale, I can get it for $30. The whole nine. But I promise you, in the case of this speaker, this is one of those things where this quote or phrase applies. You get what you pay for. You pay for premium, you get the premium. Okay, that's just how it works. You pay premium, you get premium. Everything from the silicone to the actual heft, the whole weight of this speaker, the responsiveness of the buttons, and just the overall sound quality in general. You pay for what you get for. Now, do I think the $100 price range is still a high standard? Yeah, of course it's still a high standard. Why are you charging $100 when you know the competition is doing better? In terms of pricing, at least. But here's the catch. Okay? I don't know if the sale is still on. I'll put the link in the description. I don't know if the sale is still on. However, I picked up my SoundLink Micro for $80. $84 and change after tax, but I picked it up for $80 essentially. I have seen this thing go down as low as $69.99. $70 plus tax, I'm guessing $74, $75. To be honest with you, if let's say you're choosing between the Clip 3 and this in a Best Buy in wherever, middle of nowhere. And that Best Buy is not going to have a sale. It doesn't have a sale right now for the Clip. The Clip 3 is $60, and they have a sale on this for $69.99. I promise you, spend the extra money, get this. You won't be disappointed by any means necessary. Just fork the money over for this, okay? Shut up and take my money. Here you go. That's it. That's all you gotta do. Because I promise you, the sound signature that this thing gives is far better than the Clip 3. Although the Clip 3 might, sound a little bit better in highs and whatnot, but it still clips at certain points. But anyways, we'll get into that into the sound test in a bit. Don't worry about that. As for the price, if you're lucky and you do seem to find this for about $69.99, $79.99, I say pick it up right away, okay? The $100 price tag, yeah, you'll be happy with it for a certain point, and then you'll forget about it. But if you get it for lower than that, shoot. Go ahead, spend the money. I wholeheartedly say it, even before the sound test, that this is one hell of a speaker to get. And if you get two, Godspeed, because you're going to have a great time. All right, so we're going to go into the sound test now. I know that's what y'all been waiting for. Little disclaimer, I make all the music myself on my iPad just so I don't get any copyright issues to deal with. My songs aren't to be distributed anywhere here, there, in the third, okay? And I do put the clip of my iPad playing the actual song while the music is playing, so obviously it's mine. I didn't steal it from nobody. I physically sat down on this desk and made the tracks. But anyways, that's the sound test. It's going to be the two tracks that I'm going to use are the same that I use in the clip video, just so you can hear the proper comparison between the two. And yeah, let's move on to the sound test. Now, one thing I do want you guys to understand, keep in the back of your head, the usual. Don't take the sound at face value, okay? Even though I'm hearing clearly there is a big difference between the Bose and the JBL Clip 3 that I'm about to do. The sound might not transfer over the video as I'm hearing it in real life. You're going to have to go into the store. You're going to have to test it out for yourself and see which one you like the most. So that's the disclaimer. Let's get on with the sound test. that was the first track. Let's head over to the second track right now. Oh, yeah, using Bluetooth, blah, blah, blah. I gotcha. All right, and that's about it. That's gonna wrap it up for the sound test. Let's head back to my face and get my final verdict. What I tell you? What did I tell you? You heard it for yourself. The sound on this thing is awesome. Okay, it's just, you just can't get rid of that. You know, it's great sound. One thing you might notice right away is that this speaker actually has bass. This little guy has bass for its size. That is something that I have been dreaming of in little speakers for so long. Obviously, you know, there's little speakers are small. You're not going to get crazy bass, crazy this, crazy that, but you do get bass with this. Now, one thing I want to note is that somewhere in here or somewhere, however they placed it, it's kind of like a mini passive radiator along with some type of mini tweeter or whatnot. There's two things in here. There's two transducers in here that, well, not transducers, but one little tweeter and one transducer. But you get my point. That warmth, that dynamic range that the clip just isn't getting. Now the clip, on the other hand, yeah, the highs are there, right? But then fall flat on its face, straight onto the mids and the bass. Can't even compare to this. Hands down, cannot. Okay? Now the highs, although a little bit better in certain occasions, tend to feel too tinny, tend to feel too pushed to the front while everything sits to the back, and you don't get that general warmth of the song. With this, you get that warmth of the song. You feel the bass a little bit better. You hear the bass a little bit better for sure. And it just overall feels like a more complete package than the Clip 3. My overall verdict is that for the price of $100, it's a bit steep. It's a bit steep, but it's still worth it in the end. If you can get it for cheaper, then I believe that you should get it right away, okay? In terms of this being the king of small Bluetooth speakers, you already know how I feel. Yes, this is the king of small, portable Bluetooth speakers, in my opinion. The Bose SoundLink Micro just wins every single time. In that sense, okay? I've heard other little small speakers. I have two clips with me right now, two JBL clips. You know what I mean? Two JBL clips with me. And nothing is topping this. To be quite honest, I'm trying to compare this more to a Flip 4 or Flip 5 than I am trying to compare it to the Clip 2 or Clip 3. It just sounds that much more better to me. When you raise the volume high enough, obviously some bass is going to be lost, but it's still there. There's still more bass in this, even if it's lost at that higher percentage, than the clip. The highs tend to get a little drowned out because of the bass sometimes, but that's not a bad thing. Everybody loves bass. Everybody wants bass, especially the EDM hip hop lovers, the jazz lovers. Like, you know, when you hear the bass string go, you just can't hear it on that, but you could definitely hear it on this. That's the kind of sound that I want, that full sound, and you're getting it for the price. You're getting it for the price. If you get it on sale, that is. But anyways, overall verdict, I'm going to have to give this speaker a 4.7 out of 5. There are some shortcomings. I can't give it a full score, but because of those few shortcomings. But nonetheless, a 4.7 is still a great score to have, and I do highly recommend the king of Bluetooth, small Bluetooth portable speakers. Thank you guys for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed this review. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon so that you get notified every time I post a new video. Please share the video. You never know when someone might need some more info on the Bose SoundLink Micro. Never know. And if you have any questions about the speaker, drop them in the comment section below. I'm going to try my best to answer them. I know I haven't been answering comments recently because of work, but I'm going to try my best to get back up to it. I'm going to try and work my way, you know, just to help you guys out as much as possible, okay? So leave any questions you have in the comment section below. I'm going to try and answer them as best as possible, all right? Well, that's about it. Bose SoundLink Micro. It's pretty good. I love it. Thank you guys for watching. I will catch y'all in the next one.